Hey guys, it's Dorothy from Milepost, and I am going to show you today how to make a running locker for your car, or how to quickly and effectively pack for a racecation, or if you're doing something like a Ragnar relay. I wrote a post last night that was published on womensrunning.com of what I keep in my car for my running locker. I've expanded on it a little bit, that you could keep all of this in your car if you wanted to, or just the bare bones. It's kind of up to you. And then I am going to show you how I fit it all into these nifty little bags that the folks at Eagle Creek sent me. A shoe bag, and then a little bit of a larger bag that you can fit all your clothes and necessities like safety pins and all that in. So first we're gonna start with your shoes. I think a lot of people forget that there's space in your shoes that you can utilize, which is really important if you're packing for a trip and you're trying to get everything into a carry-on so you don't have to pay that extra $25 or whatever it is these days for carrying a suitcase. So I take my Body Glide and I will shove that into my shoes. Deodorant. The stuff that I'm putting in my shoes are all things that are not really going to absorb smell easily. So in case your shoes are a little bit stinky, you're not like shoving the shorts that you're going to wear into there. So I have a travel size soap and lotion, a tub of Noon, which is great for staying hydrated beforehand or perfect for after the race. I try to always, if I'm making this for my running locker in my car, I always have water with me. So it just kind of takes my water up to that next level. So I'm gonna put all that in there, and then I'm gonna put my shoes into the bag. I like to always have a snack with me. You never know if you're gonna like the snacks that they give you after a race, or if you're using this as your running locker in your car. You don't know if you have packed snacks, so it's just always a good idea to have a little bit of something. So I'm gonna put those kind bars in between my shoes. I pack wipes. They're great for wiping off after a race or after a run. If you're getting into your car, you don't want your car getting all icky. I like to bring tissues. This is a habit that I started last year after going to China to run the Great Wall Marathon and realizing that you needed to carry tissues with you everywhere for obvious bathroom reasons. So tissues are great for obviously blowing your nose, or if you need to hide in the bushes or such things. I like bringing a band. This helps me. I use this before a race to kind of stretch out my legs. So I will pack that. I also carry a yoga strap with me. I think it's really beneficial. It gets kind of like a deeper stretch than just stretching on your own. When I'm in a hotel, I like to have some things that make me feel like I'm at home rather than I'm far away. So I'm gonna pack that in here as well. I'm gonna leave that open right now just in case I need any to shove any other little things in there. But then we're gonna start with clothes. So I like to bring a shirt to change into after the race, even if it's a warm race. You can kind of get chilly after the race just because you got so hot and you sweat. So I bring a tank top and a long sleeve to change into after. I'm rolling everything, actually, even though it doesn't seem like it saves a lot of space, does save space. I pack sports bra for obvious reasons. I also like when traveling to pack in layers. You never know. You know, they say the race might be hot and then the weather changes and you don't have the appropriate stuff. So I pack a tank top and then a lightweight long sleeve. So I can just wear the tank during the race. I can wear taking the long sleeve, just the long sleeve, kind of covers me on all bases. I pack shorts instead of tights or capris just because they take up less room. I'm pretty much, if the temperature's 32 or over, I can manage to wear shorts. So I will pack my shorts next. I bring 2 pairs of socks, 1 regular pair, and then a pair of compression socks in case I want compression socks, or if it's a little bit colder, it kind of does the double duty of keeping my legs warm during the race. So I'm gonna roll those up. Skincare is something that's really important to me, especially as I age. So I try to wear a hat as often as possible to keep the sun off of my face. Next up is my Garmin and my Garmin charger. I can't tell you how many times I have thought my Garmin was charged and it wasn't charged, so I just always bring my charger with me just in case. I'm gonna pack that in between some of my clothes so it's protected and it's not gonna get banged around. Next up, I usually take pictures with my phone, but if you're like me and you do a lot of social media, your phone has a tendency to die. So I got this camera last year when I went to China, and now I just pack it whenever I'm traveling or going to a race. I'm gonna take my extra hair elastics and put those in there, and some extra safety pins. You never know when there's not gonna be safety pins in your bag or one of them breaks. Or they gave you 3 instead of 4. I pack more hair elastics than I need, just in case a friend asks me for one. So I'm gonna pack that in there. Toothpaste, toothbrush. I always travel with this, no matter where I'm going. Sometimes I have it in my purse. Nobody likes bad breath. So I'm gonna shove that in there. Sparkly soul headband to keep the flyaways out of my face if I decide not to wear the hat because it's not particularly sunny day. I like to pack a bathing suit. I can't tell you how many hotels I've been in, not had a bathing suit, wished I had a bathing suit so I could sit in the hot tub post-race. So I'm gonna toss that in there as well. If you're packing for something like a Ragnar relay, I think it's beneficial to kind of share some things with your van mates or your teammates, but one of the things that I don't like sharing is a headlamp. It gets pretty sweaty for each person and it can be pretty gross for obvious reasons. So I'm gonna fit that in with my shoes. It's also great to have if you're using this as your running locker in your car. You never know when you're gonna wanna go for a run. It might be at dusk when your kids are at soccer practice. You might drive past the national park and say, hey, I want to go run there. So it's a good idea to just be prepared and cover all your bases. Last, I'm going to put in my Fuel Belt water bottle that I use during races, but also when I go on runs, staying hydrated is important. So I'm gonna stick that in there. Last, I have this nifty bag that Eagle Creek also sent me that works well for once you get everything all super sweaty. You don't want to pack it back in here and mix the dry stuff with the wet stuff and have it get messed up. So you can throw your sweaty sports bra in here, your shorts or whatnot, and then roll it up and it's kind of separated from everything else. I'm not putting anything in it now, but I'm going to roll it and pack it to use when I need to use it. So I'm going to slide that in there. These bags are really lightweight, so they're easy to pack into things. You can just throw them in your suitcase, throw them in your gym bag. I put them in the back of my car for my running locker, which I will link to the article that I wrote below the video, so you guys can see what I wrote on that. But let me zip this little bit up here, and there you go, that whole table filled with stuff just got fit into these 2 nifty little bags. I know I've had people ask me why would I use a bag like this versus a plastic, like a giant grocery bag or a Ziploc bag. Ziploc bags work fine, but I think it's important to think about our environmental impact, and so this to me is like a reusable grocery bag. Like I run enough races, I go on enough vacations that are vacations/races that it's cost effective to me to spend $15-20 on a bag that I'm going to keep reusing all the time. I also like keeping these in my car, like I said, for whenever the moment strikes and I need to be able to squeeze in a run, or if I need to switch cars with my husband, I can quickly grab my stuff and put it in there. As my family has grown and space has gotten tighter, there just isn't room for a duffel bag or a big bucket in the back of my car, so minimizing everything and putting it into tiny little bags like this is beneficial. And these fit perfectly into my carry-on. So if I am traveling to a race, I have everything that I need for the race right here and ready to go. So yeah, if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments, and I will try to answer those for you. And tell me, if you have a running locker in your car, what did I not include that you would have included? Thanks for listening.